look like it.
I mean, I've watched enough Secret games where they don't win their laning phase. Maybe they don't like hardcore lose it, but they don't win their laning phase, but they still come back and like hit this really good timing in the mid game and stuff. So when they win their laning phase on top of knowing that they're going to have a mid game, it just feels like it's near impossible. And this is another situation where there is going to have to be some very weird lanes if Gambit want to be able to win. Because the Templar Assassin matchup against the Huskar, like at some point in time, he's going to have to just default jungle. But that does just give the space for Huskar to slowly start pressuring that tower. They have a safe lane Abaddon that matches up really nicely against the Batrider. You want a hero that is just able to either have a dispel or isn't overly threatened by Batrider in a one-on-one. So, like, my examples would be, like, Naga Siren, Abaddon, and then, like, I think Razor is a decent example of that because of his link, where it doesn't matter what direction you're turning, you're still hitting him back. Those kind of heroes all kind of help.
And the ABBA, as Peter said, it is the one position. What do you do on this here in the one? Because usually, right, it's an ABBA versus a Batrider. I just got to save my team. But if you're in the carry role, that's not your job, is it? Is it still?
Yeah, it's still kind of your job. Just because a lot of this Abaddon is going to be playing on the front line, trying to make himself a target. And he can always save himself with borrowed time. So he should still probably be using a Phonic Shield to help protect others, especially since you have some cores that will really benefit from it. The most important thing about this laning phase is Gambit have to have the Batrider versus Necrophos matchup. That is so important because they don't want the Batrider versus Abaddon. That is a losing matchup for you, or it's just not winning the way Batrider wants to win. And then on top of that, he can dominate Necrophos. So we're going to have a constant ring around the rosy of just heroes cycling through from side lane to side lane.
Did you see what Blizzy did there? So he knew they were swapping lanes. Blizzy TP'd to the tier 2 bottom and then just started running back top before he even saw anything. I don't know why. He TP'd to the tier 2 bottom and then just started running back top. Very
he might have had some sort of information. They do have a very aggressive ward deep inside the Dire jungle. Probably in fact, just to be able to read what the lanes are going to be, because that is how important it is for them. When you know you're already in a losing mid matchup, it's so important to get your side lanes correct.
Yeah, you talked about this. Necro should be bullied out pretty hard, especially a Batrider and a Bane, as we talked about two heavy lane dominators. And then one of the heroes that not the biggest lane dominator, the Nyx Assassin in the bottom lane, just him and the ABBA going to be pushing the tower, and Luna should farm down here, right? Not maybe winner lane, but she should farm.
Yeah. Abaddon, like one of the other things about Abaddon that he's really good at is pressuring melee heroes with his passive. So if he was up against an Ember Spirit core, then that would actually be a lane that he could dominate. But a Luna matchup, I imagine he's going to be fine, but they did manage to hit an Impale and get on top of him, so Dream just copped a lot of damage at bottom lane.
Sleep's going to come out top, Puppy. Looked like he was in trouble, but no, it's Yol who will have to just run away. So no kills, but a lot of trading in both these side lanes. And as we heard Peter talk about, yep, the TA started losing her lane, level 3, just went to the medium camp, and TA is now just probably going to be in the jungle for a bit.
You really need a good neutral creep for this top lane to be able to push back this Batrider. If they got something like, I don't know, maybe the Harpy would help them a bit, and just being able to constantly spam onto Blizzy.
Uh-oh. The Absorbent Vampire, they're just trading hits, boots versus boots. That'll get into that. We did see the Bane just suicided under that tier 2 tower top. Didn't give away experience, did give away a decent chunk of gold though.
Bane is one of the most efficient heroes to use that kind of suicide mechanism. When he comes back in a lane, like full health, full mana, he was already a lane bully, but then if he has the health and mana advantage, he just kind of runs at you over and over again. Knowing that he can fall back on his brain sap. He can also be kind of greedy as well, sometimes as a support, and go for more stat items if he wants to, but apparently he felt like that was good enough. His impact in the top lane, and they need more help at bottom, so they're going to try and put a ranged support against this double melee matchup in bottom lane and bring the Ember Spirit up to top. Because the Ember Spirit is not going to be that good of a laner overall. It's only in certain matchups that you really feel his strength.
Yeah.
And so putting him in a lane that Batrider is naturally just going to dominate anyway, all Batrider really wants in this matchup is a stun to be able to chase people down.
is going to be level 3. Gonna find Zai here, but oh, Matoma Man, TTB's on up here. There's going to be Firefly used. Zai can't body block him. He's flying over you. Can they get the silence proc? They do. There's the slow from Puppey. This should be a kill. Zai, he's taking a lot, but instead, they're going to turn it around to Vampire. He steps out of the fire. Will this be a kill as well? Silence can't do anything. He's just getting right-click down. Pops the stick. Don't matter. A level 3 ABBA rotation gets him a double kill.
Okay, so one of the things you can do when it comes to side lane shenanigans is if you make a rotation, you get a kill. If the opponent teleports, then you've just given yourself a free lane. So I think in this situation, it's very important for Blizzy to run back into lane, and Zai can keep himself off map.
Middle lane maybe baiting in as Yol TP's in, but like you said, Blizzy, he did TP on out, so he's going to be in the bottom lane. They'll know he TP'd down there. We'll have to see how Gambit brings himself back into this, as Yapsor giving a ton of vision on Vampire, GPK, they know where everyone's at. Top, it's just Dream fighting up against Puppey. He will be able to pick up the rune at least.
Looks like he might have been able to get a kill if that Hellbear Smasher didn't have such a potent slow.
And instead now you're going to get slowed. There's the impetus. He doesn't want to get nuked down. Right clicks are coming. If he gets that 4th right click, and he will because of the body block of the Hellbear, that'll be a kill.
No boots on Dream, so he moves so slow when he gets hit by a Hellbear Clapper.
Yeah, Curse of Avernus, Orb of Venom, the Enchantress slow, and the Hellbear. I think it was probably at like minimum move speed.
So Orb of Venom, I felt like it was kind of OP before it got changed up a little bit, but it could still be incredibly potent in these matchups. You know you could just keep chasing heroes down, and we're seeing that Matoma Man put it to great effect. He's going to be able to get another kill, this time on Yol. Puppey actually takes it.
With the Hellbear, he's like, yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, the Orb of Venom, it definitely feels like it got like, right, it went from 5 damage to 2, which is a pretty big nerf per tick. And then, have you seen the range slow? Why even have that?
Yeah.
4% slow. Like, no one ever picked it on a ranged hero anyways. No one is sure as hell not going to do it now.
Yeah, there are a couple of like weird 4 positions that sometimes get it, but it was just such a...
Now, you'll never see it on a ranged hero again. I hope you don't. God, I hope not. Nisha, he's just running uphill. Puppey's here. Vampire, you're just dead. Yeah, Puppey will get another one. That's 2 in a row for him. He has the Blightstone as well with the Harass minus armor, and a 1K lead again for Secret. This time, there's not even kills, right? Last game was pretty even, like 6-6 kills. Right now it is 6-0, and Zai, he'll just keep you on out of that Firefly from Blizzy.
They want to be able to switch lanes up again. It looks like both Dream and Blizzy do have the teleports up. You know, like, things are going really well for Secret, and Zai, he's the only one that has, like, kind of a tough lane, but if you look at his net worth, he's not even suffering that much.
4th place, yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't even died. That was the first time that he really felt the pressure of the Batrider, and he just, as soon as Firefly was popped, he teleported out.
Uh-oh, Puppey, he's the one getting run down now. No, there's the Bolas. This should be their first kill. Puppey, he used the stomp. It misses, but they did have to move away. There's no way he gets out of this one. He is still getting healed. Should make it to about 50%. Heal goes away. And here come the right clicks. We have one more bullet to lock him down if he needs, and he will. Vampire gets their first kill. They needed that. Yapsor, meanwhile, was just kind of farming middle, trying to get a little bit of experience, because he is only level 3.
And while Puppey created that much space, they also got a read of the mid ward that was there.
Yep, got the counter.
Zai just playing off of jungle at this point. They even stacked up for him, so he really is not going to be far behind everybody else at all.
And even gets, as we talked about, maybe the best tier 1 item, that Faded Brooch. Oh, Courier Nisha, he'll take it up bottom, now he leaps forward, it's on GPK, stun. Ooh, Yapsor kind of just whiffs it. That might be the kill because of it. It is. He'd just be able to run away. Will wake him up. Now Nisha, he's looking for Yol, and you're just going to get fire speared on down. Has the ulti, jumps forward. Brain sap's there. Won't matter. That's the kill.
One of the really rough parts is a Huskar that is going completely unstopped, right?
Yeah.
He's getting total freeform. He can invade jungle with ease, and this is a Radiant side Templar Assassin, which means that if you do give up your Radiant side jungle, you just will not have any control of Ancients, right? And Ancients is one of the best way that Templar Assassin is able to recover from laning phases or keep himself ahead if he does win.
See the Ice Ogre from Puppey. The one thing that Huskar doesn't have is armor at all. And guess what? Just give him some ice armor and he's good to go.
Yeah,
has the Helm
really
of
nice.
Iron Will as well. Yeah, he is tanky. So bottom lane, it will be Dream. This is your person. It is a Luna. Would you say, is she the best hero overall in the late game, right? If we ever make it there.
Yeah, like maybe super late game.
Super
Like
late,
between him and the Templar Assassin, yes.
They should, yeah, for sure. But it's making it there, and it's just Nisha farming up. Almost has that armlet.
I think the bigger issue for Luna is that your mid game is going to feel really lackluster against these heroes, right? Enchantress bring in extra creep. You have Nyx Assassin, who with Spike Carapace can tank one of them. Huskar is just naturally tanky and is going to be having a big boost of HP with his armlet finished up. And then Abad is your worst problem, right? He adds survivability to other heroes, and he can pop borrow time during Eclipse. So your teamfight presence in the mid game is very lackluster in this one.
Man, that Abba pick. I look back at it, right, because he saw Batriders in the first phase, then Bane was the first pick in the second phase. Abba just amazing versus both those heroes. They're going to look. Puppy, he's getting brought down by that magic damage. He does have the ice armor, but the Firefly should be enough. It is. Blizzy gets a kill. Matuma, he rotates on down. Zai pops the Ghost Shroud. Actually, just to slow him down, they will get the kill. No Reaper Scythe. Extra respawn time, though.
He did buy out his Boots of Travel, though, before he died, so... He didn't lose that much gold, which is really good.
He's just dead. Silenced and right-clicked down. Matuma Man is... Man, this Abba versus Position 4 Ember is not pretty to watch in the first 10 minutes.
No, it's not. And I don't think this Ember Spirit is really going to have good timing ever. You just look at the ball that Secret can form a forward position that doesn't offer you any big teamfight spells. I'm not sure what they're going to do to slow down Secret at this point. It feels like they're going to have to do a lot of dodging of team fights and give up towers.
Which is what they're doing. They do get Yapsor bottom, but Secret will get that tier 1. But as you said, you got to take the trades. Even if they're not beneficial for you, you got to take a trade. You got to get something. Because you're 5k down at 11 minutes in now.
Yeah, Dream, he's going to need to finish up his Helmet Dominator and then just go for a lot of side lane pushing. But Secret, I love how efficient they are moving around the map. They have this top lane push coming in. They take the mid tower, quickly cut through the triangle, so that's not being farmed at all. They're going to take this tower super fast because that's what Abad does for you. Another thing that's really good about him, he demolishes towers, thanks to the Curse of Avernus buffing everybody's attack speed. And if you have a Siege Creep still alive, then just forget about it.
And that heal, I mean, we barely even talked about it, right? Huskar has the self-heal, you have the Necro, you have the Abba, and you have the Enchant. You just have a ton of heal, and I think the panel said it. They're just going to look to 4-man Death Ball while Nyx kind of either tries to get a pick off or just gives them a lot of vision. I'm not sure how you bring him down if you don't get the jump. Dream will get the tier 1 tower bottom as Roche falls.
They're going to need a Spirit Vessel, but Excess Vampire is so far behind. On top of that, Spirit Vessel, you want it for the aura, but the active may not be that effective depending on how well Matuma Man's able to play around it with the Aphotic Shields.
They do have vision, so you got to be careful. This Roshan is very easily stealable by Blizzy. He pushes it all the way. Will it go down? Yes! He does. He snatches it up. He's going to go down once, more than likely twice, but hey, denying an Aegis from a hero like TA or even Huskar is a pretty big deal, so he will die, but he did his job. Got the Aegis.
that was massive because their 2 other cores weren't even near the pit at that point in time, right? They're just pushing out the side lanes. So he was able to deny that Roshan effect purely solo and also simultaneously create extra time for his cores to farm up. And they definitely need it, looking at these net worth differences between them and the Huskar.
All right. Are you so... I don't know if he's actually going, but the Huskar does have...
Yeah.
SNK queued up. I was thinking, isn't it just a good Heaven's Halberd game against a Luna, against a TA? Isn't that just better?
I mean, definitely against the Templar Assassin. It'll be a while before it's effective against the Luna. It could be one of those things where he just has it queued up and he's going to complete the Sange and think about it later. But it does make sense in that Huskar does output a lot of magic damage.
He does.
Right? Between not just his spears, but his life break, right? A percentage-based damage you're able to increase.
See the replay here, Blizzy just doing what he does. The sticky napalm gives you the vision, just Firefly, a nice push away there. He didn't get the kill, unfortunately, but he did get the Aegis, and that's the big thing.
Yeah.
Gotta do it, and then they just surrounded him. Definitely not going unpunished there.
Gambit, good rotation by them. It's not a very exciting one, but they smoke away from bottom lane as they see some heroes, and they go straight towards mid. They can trade off the tier 1 bottom for tier 1 mid. It's a really good exchange.
No. Blizzy went for a courier kill, and then just died because of it.
Yeah.
Definitely not the best trade after that Roche one. Now Dream, he's getting right click down. He's going to go for the teleport. They don't have the most damage, so she will just be able to make it. And there goes the Ember over the hill as well.
I'd like to point out that Matumbaman, it's not odd at all to save a point for borrowed time. It is odd at 14 minutes when you're level 9 that you are still able to hold a point.
Yeah.
He hasn't been pressured in the slightest.
And here, once again, not pressured, gets a kill, mega kill streak for him. He doesn't even have a neutral. I mean, at 2.2, is this a Radiance, or do you just go full Death Ball?
Maybe you just go full Death Ball. Radiance would definitely be... I feel like Secret always does itemize pretty well for later on into the game, just in case things do stretch out. I never feel like they have gone all in, you know?
And you got phase read still brace, so you're definitely not going like the heal stuff. You already got peel for that. We'll have to see. They're going to find Nisha. He gets pushed back. Oh, and he pushes him into that. That's an ulti. See you later. No Aegis. Into a nice, easy kill for Gambit. That's what we talked about. They needed something like that, and they will get it.
Yeah,
and they take over their
did.
jungle, right? That's the big thing. They get their jungle back a little bit.
Yeah, get control of those Ancients back again. You have, like, both Templar Assassin and Luna takes such an advantage off of stacked camps as well as Ancients that they need to be able to keep control of their jungle as much as possible because they still haven't taken the enemy safe lane tower, right? So how do you play into the dire jungle when you can't even take that objective? Yapzor going for the Necronomicon that has been all the rage for these random 4 positions and
really
3s
is.
that want to keep farming.
Oh, Blizzy. And we've talked about this. I mean, this has been an age-old tale of Nyx Assassin versus Bat Rider. You just walk in, and it really is as simple as just click E.
What a great Nyx Assassin game, too. Against Bat Rider, it's against an Ember Spirit, Luna with the Eclipse that we talked about earlier.
Even Psyblades if you want to get super into it, but
sure.
There's a lot of just uncontrollable damage. Dream is farming, almost level 12, so he will have that level 2 ultimate next time they fight. Possibly a BKB as well. He is farming decently. As Nisha jumps onto Vampire, he just runs away. And it is the Heaven's Halberd, so, you know, just being a little bit silly. Dude, I don't even like saying that. SNK, Sanjin Kai. What about Yashin Kai? No thanks.
KNS.
The KNS. All right, they're just deathballing up through the middle lane. There's an Arcane Rune on Husker, not the biggest deal. But bottom lane, it's getting harassed pretty hard. Yeah, Puppey, he's trying to defend the tower. They do have the Glimmer Gate. He's rooted, so they have vision. They pop the dust as well. In comes Yapzor and Zai. They might be a little bit late, and a good job by Gambit there. They get some damage onto the tower, and they defend their tier 2 as well.
The biggest advantage I think they have right now is their mobility of their heroes. They could just move around the map pretty quickly. And they have to be able to do things like this. Force heroes to rotate and get pickoffs. And they need to use the Bat Rider very aggressively to push down lanes, even if it comes to suiciding sometimes, because he has to create the space for the Templar Assassin and the Luna. Secret's lineup, like, they can defend towers really easily with the Abaddon, but ever since the pickoff on the Huskar, they've shown, like, hey, we can blow up your core if Abaddon isn't around. So now it feels like Matemman wants to be in 2 places at once, and so they've got to exploit that as much as possible.
Item is found for the Radiant. What are your thoughts on the TA not going Blink? Deso into BKB.
He might just feel like he has to go it against this, like, Huskar, for example.
It is pretty much all the damage, right? He pops BKB. Husker really doesn't do anything.
Yeah, like, in Dota nowadays, you have to be able to win like some 15, 20-minute team fights. Yeah, you can't just completely split push and such. So it seems like he's just committing to get that team fight item as soon as possible. He's going to time it well with Dream's BKB. If they both have that and they get a strong initiation, then they finally win a fight that breaks open, say, like the mid-tier 1 tower, maybe the top lane tower. Then they can start playing into dire jungle, and it's a lot easier for them to split Secret.
All right, for now, down to a 4K lead now. Both teams pretty much just farming, but I'm sure Gambit, they're fine with this. As you said, TA and Luna going to the late game. Both of them actually farming 2 different places in the map for the first time in the game. Feeling not too bad about it. And Matemman looks like he is going for the Radiance. We'll have it in about 400, 500 gold.
Yeah, when you typically own like more than 60% of the map, Radiance starts becoming a really effective item. Just because pushes out the waves really quickly, and then you're just able to play through jungles, sweep through. You just build up a bigger and bigger net worth lead. It also means, again, what we were talking about with Secret is that they typically don't itemize just specifically for one timing. They do give themselves a little bit of leeway. Even if they have a mid-game lineup, it feels like their cores, like all three of them, will scale well into the later game. And that is true, right? Like Templar, Assassin, and Luna are the better carries late game, in my opinion. But these three heroes in the side of Secret, if they maintain a net worth lead, they can still go 30, 35 minutes and feel good.
Well, they smoked down, but a good job by Gambit. They knew something was up. They just end up leaving. Maybe they even saw the smoke, because I knew it was on the high ground, and there is a ward there from Radiant. Maybe not, though. Oh, Puppey didn't quite catch Dream there. Looks like they will be able to make it out. And now they see. They have the sentry on the high ground. They've got a little bit of vision on YapzOr, and they're just going to back up.
It's really telling how much they're giving to their cores. These supports aren't hitting any creeps at all. XS Vampire has been stuck in like the same area, like reasonably close to Spirit Vessel, but you know, the BKBs are so much more important that he's not allowed to hit any creeps. It's like one of his cores scolds him as soon as he goes for an easy camp or something.
You see that Dream runs right over next to him. Will take. They do get the outpost, so both teams getting a good chunk of experience, and they might. X-Vampire is down bottom. He is level 10 now. Matumba Man, Radiant's gonna fly out just now. And there it is. Bolas go down. Vampire, he's in trouble. Has 2 Fire Emblem charges. Doesn't want to just use them. They pop the glyph. He's just trying to bait it out. Won't get silenced, and he's gone.
And it's kind of the nice part of it about Ember Spirit. His downfall in this game would be that he doesn't add these monster team fight. Like, there's no big control or anything, but he is a pretty potent split pusher as long as he doesn't activate his flank guard, right? In this game, like, he can kind of deal with some creeps, pull them off of the tower or something, because they don't have any sort of, like, blink stun.
Oh my goodness, and we see both teams so shred through towers, but Puppey, gets the Glimmer K-pop, do anything. There's going to be the Carapace, they lock him down. Vampire will pop the dust. They see Puppey now, gets hit by the Melt Trance, not enough. Goodbye again, Blizzy. Necro ulted, and they will save their tier 2 tower. Bottom will slowly get chunked by a siege unit, so Secret, even though it felt like Gambit, they were making some nice moves, as you talked about. They're just keeping the steady, like, 4 to 5K lead the entire time.
I would like them to set up sentries a little bit more around these areas that they look to fight, because they now have their BKBs, right? So they feel like, okay, we can take some team fights against Secret if we set it up correctly. They need to set up sentries to protect this Bat Rider more.
Down goes Vampire. He even tries to eat a mango to make it out, and no man unfortunately just goes down. And well, that's two quick deaths right after that top push. See, TA.
Smoke up. This is a really big kill if they can find it. Right? This Huskar, Nisha is entirely alone with the Fiend's Grip and this burst damage from GPK. They should have this kill.
He should. Oh, the miss. The Heaven's Halberd misses. He's going to be able to pop it. No, he BKBs right before, and the Brain Sap, well, magic damage does get him, and they're going to try to take him themselves. Zai slows both of them down. GPK's BKB just now wore off. He doesn't have a blink anyway, so he couldn't blink away. Blizzy's here now, pushes Zai back. Uh-oh. He has the Guardian Greaves pop, some 21 charge as well, gets slowed, he's baiting him in, there's going to be the stun, Brain Sap's there and Feeble on him, pops the one, has a Death Pulse in one, won't matter, Zai goes down, Matumba Man just trying to do anything he can, but he is just an Abba with the Radiance, a lot of damage if he can get on top of people, but he can't. And they'll just have to back out. It's a 3v5 fight. X-Vampire, he wants one. Even just Puppey would be a nice pickup. Blizzy does use his dust, doesn't find anyone. Instead, he gets turned around on. Will the Radiance burn be enough? Oh, the Hadouken from Puppey's creep is. There's the BKB pop by Dream. Has his ulti. He's just going to let it rip. Matumba Man will heal up. Has his ulti. YapzOr, they don't have detection because they already used their one dust. And now, Matumba Man, he could be in trouble. A lot of misses again from this Radiance. And uh-oh, they're just turning on the Luna. I can't believe they're going to lose this 3v5 fight. That was a straight-up 3v5 fight, and they lose their Luna and Ember in it.
Yeah, Gambit was in a position where if they could actually just win a 5 versus 3, then great, you could take Roshan with this Templar Assassin, and you could just confidently go for another team fight against Secret, start pushing into their towers, start taking some map control back. But now, Secret,
they get it.
They win a fight just outside of the Roshan pit. They're going to get a Aegis for Nisha, unless Blizzy can pull off some magic once again. But YapzOr, he's going to wait and pop his Spike Carapace just as Roshan's about to expire on this fire. Stuns him up. puts the Blink Dagger on cooldown. Maybe, they actually got the kill. But
you'd rather have the other one,
Yeah, he's so low, but it doesn't matter.
He's just going to right-click, and this is going to be the end of the fight here for you, my friend.
Well, they did get the Cheese and the Roshan kill.
Okay, so they got +1. That's good, at least. Too bad, yeah. And you saw the replay before. Having no detection just kind of hurts. We saw the Bat Rider popped his, didn't hit the Glimmer Cape or the Invis Nyx, and then they went in, right? They popped the ulti on Luna. Guess what? All it did was hit Matumba Man because they had no detection. You need detection.
That's also why Matumba Man, when he got slept by Yol,
yeah,
he didn't pop his ultimate to get rid of the Nightmare, right? He knows he needs to save that for the Eclipse in these situations. That is something that Yol should try and continue to exploit, is the fact that you could just take Matumba Man out of the fight sometimes. If you find him isolated, just sleep him up and run at everybody else.
And look at this. What went from a few good engagements for Gambit turns into them just losing their base at 24 minutes. The secret style.
Trying to cut creep waves. Dream is even going to go and backdoor this mid tower.
We'll get it. Some gold. But unfortunately, you just lost a full set of racks. You might be losing 2 full sets because they've got a lot of heal, as we talked about. It is going to be bounty runes. That should be 4 for 4 bounty runes for Gambit. and all it costs is 2 tier 3s and 2 full sets of racks.
Yeah. Batten pushes.
With all, oh man, and you see Puppy, he still has his heal, Zai has his heal, you have Guardian Greaves. Pretty much they can full heal 1 full person on the team if they want. They won't lose 2 full sets of racks, I digress. Okay. They only lose the ranged racks bottom. Looks like Secret, they want to possibly go back in. Yeah, Zor, he's waiting.
This is all because they cut that mid creep wave. Backdoor protection is up, but Secret with a fresh set of items, Heaven Halberd and Satanic. And now Luna kill potentially.
Has to pop the BKB once Nisha ran over. Instead, they're going to turn it. Now GPK, he doesn't have that blink as we talked about, so he's going to get silenced up. There is going to be a lot of spells being thrown, but there's just nothing there. There's no tower to defend you. They've already taken it. GPK trying to turn around, but it won't matter. He's BKB'd up, so not taking those fire arrows. Eats the cheese and survives. And when you're just eating cheese to survive in your own base, does not feel too good.
God, Puppy's so farmed. A Glimmer Cape and a Solar Crest.
Oh my goodness.
So he makes Nisha so tanky with that added armor. The attack speed, big benefit as well.
And now you have a Huskar who has a Satanic and the Heaven's Halberd, which, hey, self-HP regen does go along with it quite a bit.
Yeah.
And they're just, well, are they going to be able to backdoor down? It sure looks like it, and they get it. It's still have a tier 2 tower top that more than likely we'll see him head that way now. But if you're Gambit, there's not much you can do. Dream's been playing it cool. He's been cutting middle creep wave multiple times, farming the jungle, just trying to get his gold.
Felt like Gambit did a better job in this game, too, of keeping the net worth relatively even for longer. But now it's just going to look just like the end of game 1, where they kind of have to desperately go and run down lane, split push, anything they can to keep Secret away from that final lane.
Well, there is going to be a full MKB on the TA. We'll see how that works. Yap Zor wants to get the kill on Bat Rider, and there's going to be the Carapace stun. He is pretty damn far away, though. And should be able to just run away here.
Okay, now just do that.
Oh my goodness, they found him. The stun almost hit. It didn't matter.
He's got a TP, though.
TP, and no stun from Yap Zor. Oof.
Okay, just do that like 10 more times.
And then you have to win a fight after doing that as well. Win a couple fights. We'll see. He is queued up the rapier now on the TA. So pretty much all in after this MKB.
So I'd say, would you be tempted? Would you be tempted this far down to be like, I've already got the Demon Edge. Like,
oh, just skip the MKB?
Let's just skip the MKB. He probably has too many Heaven Halberd issues, right?
Yeah,
there's enough evasion out there that...
All right, yeah, Matumba Man has his, Huskar has his.
Wait, what am I saying? We've got Divine Rapier gives you that full hit anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go for it, dog.
Well, it's more of you, the active, though, right?
Yeah,
you get halberded twice in a row, like, well, this stinks. All right, they're pushing on this tier 2. I have no clue how you defend your base here, Gambit, but I am willing to learn.
Gone all in for some items. They do not have buybacks on their cores, so just Bat Rider does, rather.
See what happens. Dream, he is playing the front line, has the BKB SNY, so a little bit status. Oh?
Status resistance mixed with the Paladin sword, so
another healing. No, Nisha, you see, oh my god, Nisha's just full HP, pops the Satanic as we talked about. Gonna be fine because BKB by TA, and now you know you can just go back for 8 seconds and push in again.
The sustained offered by Zai with all these heals, mixed with the Heaven's Halberd, quickly brings everyone back up to near full HP.
Ooh, there is going to be the sleep, but no. Woken up by Puppey, and Nisha just continues to right click. They can't even push out this Huskar. Has a Satanic in 5. There's the Reaper. It isn't enough to kill, but that doesn't matter. They kill him afterwards. Blizzy dead. This game might just be over. GPK dead. Yep, there it is. And as you said, Gambit, a lot better 1 through 15, maybe even 1 through 20 minutes. They were always behind, but it was a lot closer. But as you said, you've got to always be able to win 1 or 2 of the